Welcome to coverage of a DWB feature game this afternoon, starting about 20 minutes late, but regardless, we've got coverage of the Buena Chiefs and the Cinnaminson Pirates right here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting this beautiful Tuesday afternoon from Cinnaminson High School. Big thanks to Tom Carney and Eric Teasdale for having me do this game, as we've got a great one between two top 20 South Jersey teams, as ranked not only by NJ.com but also by our Wilkins Wednesdays, which you can find our rankings on Twitter at DW Broadcasting. It's going to be a great one today in a clash between the Cape Atlantic Leagues and the BCSL, the Burlington County Scholastic League. The Chiefs are coming into this one 19-2 and are basically on top of the world, even though their second loss of the season came to Cherry Hill West in the semifinals of the Diamond Classic. For the Cinnaminson Pirates, they are 13-7. And two of their losses came in coverage from DWB during the Ralph Shaw tournament in Audubon. They had lost to Audubon in an opening round and then had a perfect game thrown against them by Bishop Eustace's Landon Mack later that weekend. Let's take a look at starting lineups as Cinnaminson is taking the field as we speak. For the Buena Chiefs, as coached by Tom Carney, it is Nick Cahall at shortstop batting leadoff. Riley Betts is batting second and behind the plate. Batting third is Cole Shover. Batting cleanup is number 15, Zach Strauss. Batting fifth and at the DH spot is Vinny Del Ponte, DH, and on the mound is Austin Wocock. So batting sixth and in center field is going to be number 4, Charlie Saglabeni. Batting seventh and at first base is going to be number 24, Joey Kurtz. Batting eighth and in right field is number 14, Alan Adkins. And at third base, batting ninth, is Brandon Strauss. For the Cinnaminson Pirates, we got ourselves a good one here, as coached by Eric Teasdale. Ryan Horner is the leadoff man, batting first and playing third base. McDonald is at second base, batting second. Matt McCloskey is in center field, batting third. Brandon Warner is the DH for the Pirates, batting fourth. L.C. Smith is on the mound, batting fifth. Michael Kulik is the right fielder, batting sixth. Leo Sanchez is the first baseman, batting seventh. Luis Sanchez, Kevin Caputo's in left field. Noah Harvey's at shortstop, and then Jackson Peacock is behind the plate for Cinnaminson. So let's turn our attention to the field, as we've got a great one this afternoon. Starting about a half hour behind schedule, 4:25. Buena's bus got stuck in traffic, and we didn't really have the same start that we wanted to, which was going to be a 3:45 game, but regardless, we've got baseball, as the visiting Buena Chiefs come all the way up from that Cape Atlantic area, and they will face the BCSL Cinnaminson Pirates here in some out-of-conference play this afternoon. The infield talking it over with their man, L.C. Smith. He'll be getting the ball here for Cinnaminson this afternoon, as his first task will be Cahall. Carano here at the dish for Buena. Some of the coaches don't have the best handwriting, so it's hard to read the names that are on their players' backs. Here we go, Carano versus L.C. Smith. As some South Jersey top 20 baseball just about to start. The pitch to Trey Carano is downstairs for a ball, and we are underway from Cinnaminson. Trey Carano, Riley Betts, and Cole Shover, the first three to hit for Buena, as it's quickly 2-0. And a quick strike there, 3-1. Full count pitch. Smith with the payoff. He's going to line this one into right field, a base hit. And that's how we start this ball game, with a base hit off the bat of Trey Carano, and this is going to bring up Riley Betts, the catcher. Of course, last night I couldn't score the game because of how insanely tight that booth was up in West Deptford. Big thanks to anyone that tuned in yesterday. 102 concurrent viewers. That makes for the second most that we've had at once in a DWB broadcast. The first being earlier this year with Audubon and Kingsway having 113 concurrent viewers watching in the final of the Ralph Shaw Classic. And of course, Cinnaminson was the team that participated in the Ralph Shaw Classic for the first time in 2023. That one's upstairs. 1-0 to Riley Betts. They lost 3-2 to Audubon in 6 innings after Tyler Lindsay hit a go-ahead home run, and the game was called 2 batters later to Lightning. And then they got perfect gained 10-0 versus Bishop Eustace. But when I do those rankings on Twitter, I kind of have to prorate them a little bit, because when I'm doing those kind of rankings, it's very obvious that a Group 1 school is going to be hard-pressed to beat a Group 4 school or a very good prep or parochial school. So I kind of have to take it with a grain of salt and really account for how they are as a general team and against who they've played, not if number 1 plays number 2, is number 2 going to be number 1, that kind of thing. 2-1 to Riley Betts. Cole Shover on deck for the Chiefs, and here's a fly ball deep out to left field, going back, and it is going to bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. Hold on now, no. They called it a foul ball. Wow. I thought that was fair, but with the angle that we have, not 100% sure. So now the count is going to be 2-2 to Betts. No relation to Mookie, but spelled the same way. Ground ball out towards Horner, picks it up on a hop, nice throw across the diamond, and it is in time. What a scoop at first. What a scoop at first there by Cinnaminson to get the second. Sorry about that. One away. This is going to bring up Shover. One out, runner on second for Buena after the 5-3 ground out advanced Carano to second base. First pitch. That's a strike, 0-1 to Shover. Ryan Horner's really shown some great defensive prowess down at third base. I mean, even though he had to force, his first baseman down there, Luis Sanchez, to make an off-balanced pick and catch, he still was able to make the play. And, maybe the throw might have been able to wait, but at the top of the order, those guys are fast, and, you shuffle too long or you wait too long to make the throw, and you're going to be having yourselves an infield single. So good defensive awareness there by Ryan Horner. 1-2 to Shover. After this will be Zach Strauss, the left fielder for Buena this afternoon. Buena wearing their road blue and yellows. I noted they wore the white pinstripes when they were at home versus Audubon in the first round of the Diamond Classic, where Joey Kurtz, who today is the first baseman, but pitched on May 5th, on Saturday. He threw that game, that was May 6th, because May 5th was the Friday's prom. That Saturday night, he threw less than 100 pitches and got himself a one-hit shutout. And even then, that one hit that he had was maybe could have been scored in error, but who knows. Shover is retired via the strikeout. And this brings up Strauss, the left fielder. 2 outs, runner on second for Buena, no score here from Cinnaminson High School. Breaking ball catches the zone, 0-1. Kelsey Smith was the man who started it all versus Audubon back in April. The only other game that I've had versus Cinnaminson. This is the third game that I'm going to have as a DWB broadcast, with the other two being in the Ralph Shaw. But busy week for DWB coming up. We've got Senior Day tomorrow for Audubon as they face off against the Haddon Heights Garnets in their last home game of the regular season. And then on Thursday, they close out the regular season. 1-1 count to Strauss. And here's a ground ball out towards Horner. Picked up, throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. Buena leaves the runner in scoring position, and Cinnaminson takes quick care of business. We go to the bottom of the first. Pirates get their first chance to bat. Buena gets their first chance to defend. No score on the bottom of the first. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Buena and Cinnaminson knotted up at zilch 0-0 as Cinnaminson gets their first chance to hit here versus their starting pitcher, Austin Wocock. He's here this afternoon. Coming into this one, Buena losses in this season. One of them came recently in a 5-1 loss to Cherry Hill West in the semifinals or in the quarterfinals rather, of the Diamond Classic. Cherry Hill West themselves lost to Delsey. That Diamond Classic finals game will be tomorrow at Alcyon Park in Pittman. Delsey and Gloucester Catholic. Excuse me, Gloucester Catholic. Let me get a drink of water real quick. As Ryan Horner steps in, here 2-0. Horner lofts one out towards right center field, going over and making the catch. It will be Saglabemi, and there's one down. But other than that, other than their loss to Cherry Hill West, their only non-tournament loss. Oh, here we go. Fly ball out to left. Wasting no time. A first pitch single for McDonald. And Cinnaminson's got a runner on here as Matt McCloskey will get his first chance this afternoon versus Wocock. Buena's sole loss, besides Cherry Hill West, in non-tournament play. Hold on here. Internet's running slow down here in Cinnaminson, but regardless of the first pitch, is a strike, 0-1. Their only loss came to a 3-2 loss to Absegami in Cape Atlantic play. Other than that, they just came off of a sweep Thursday versus Cedar Creek, 1-0 and 6-5. And then after today, Buena's got 4 games left on the regular slate as they play Egg Harbor Township in the semifinals of the Cape Atlantic tournament tomorrow. They play Lower Cape May Regional on the 18th, St. Joseph's Hamilton on the 19th, and then they have a game versus Gateway, but that's on the day of the first playoff game, so I don't know anything about that. See if that's going to be a factor, but 1-1 count to McCluskey as birds are flying over the stadium here. Like almost going in circles around here. 1-2 to McCluskey. Delivery from Wolcott is going to be a strike 3 punch out at home plate. And he's got his first strikeout of the afternoon, bringing up Brandon Warner. The DH for Cinnaminson. That'll be a called strike, 1-1 to Warner. Runners going down to second base. The throw is in time, and he got him. McDonald just tried to get a little too greedy with it, and the side is retired on the caught stealing play. We go to the second, no score here in the Cinnaminson. Here in the top of the second inning, Cinnaminson and Buena scoreless after 1 as the first batter for the Chiefs. Here in the second inning will be Vinny Del Ponte. It'll be Del Ponte, Saglabemi, and then Joey Kurtz due up for Buena. Ball 1. Downstairs. That's going to be a hit by pitch. So just like that, Buena gets a free base runner to start the second inning here as Del Ponte gets aboard on the plunker. So Saglabemi will be the next to hit here for Buena. Strike 1. Both of Buena's leadoff base runners have reached base, with Trey Carano having a leadoff single, and then Vinny Del Ponte. Oh, here we go. Quick throw over to first, and that ball is going to get away from the first baseman, Mr. Sanchez, and getting to second base will be Del Ponte. So Free base there on the E1 by Smith. And it's going to be an 0-1 count. Here's pitch. That one skips in the dirt, trailing off of second base is Del Ponte, but he will retreat. And it's 1-1. Busy week for DWB coming up, as we said, with Haddon Heights and Audubon facing off against the Green Wave, or excuse me, Haddon Heights facing off against the Green Wave on Audubon Senior Day tomorrow, 3:45. That'll be a fun one. Again, broadcast on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Thursday will be Audubon and Sterling with a 3:45 start time down there in Summerdale. And here's a ground ball out towards short, picked up, throw to first by Harvey. Is going to be saved, not in time. And just like that, with nobody out, has runners on course. So very quickly, the Chiefs in a position to score here. It's a hit by pitch, an E1, and infield single set up perfectly here for Joey Kurtz, 19 years old, left-handed hitting first baseman. He's a fifth-year player as a result of the COVID rule, which had allowed some players that would have graduated in the class of 22 to come back for a fifth year in some circumstances. But I don't know what the eligibility requirements were. I think if you weren't playing college baseball, you could come back, or if you were going to play collegiate sports in another sport, it would have been fine. But here's the throw down to second base, and that's not going to make a difference. So runners on second and third for Buena. And there's a hit by pitch. Base is loaded. Joey Kurtz gets aboard, and Alan Adkins, the 8th hitter in the order for Buena, is going to bat here with the bases loaded off of LC Smith. And the catcher in the infield will go and meet with LC here. Two hit by pitches this inning is still no outs recorded. LC Smith, the junior right-hander this year, 1.69 ERA in 29 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 42 strikeouts. Shockingly, this is just his 6th appearance of the year, one of them being in that 3-2 loss to Audubon, the first being on April 5th versus Delran. Cinnaminson is 4-1 when LC Smith takes the hill, and a 5-2 win over Delran, a 9-1 win over Bordentown, a 3-1 win over Cherry Hill East, and a 2-1 win over the Burlington Township Falcons. Now, the shocking thing is that this is just the second appearance that LC has made at the home field. All of the other ones that he's made have been in the visitors' park, and that 9-1 win over Bordentown was that lone start at home. So LC kind of, is a road warrior. ERA under 2, and you have to deal with the pressure of being in another team's ballpark and, showing up with your bus and your equipment and, playing on their turf. Here's a fly ball out to left field, hit well by Adkins, going over and making the outstretched catch in left field. That's going to bring home a run for Buena, and it's 1-0. Scoring is Del Ponte. Great catch out there in left by Caputo to give the Buena Chiefs a 1-0 lead. That could have been much worse. That could have been much worse with the possibility of, if that ball gets down, 2 or 3 runs could have scored. So really the best of both worlds there. Cinnaminson gets an out, Buena gets a run, and you don't really have to sacrifice too much except the batter. So here we go, 9 hitter in the order here for Buena. Brandon Strauss batting here for the Chiefs in the top of the second inning. LC already going through a lot of pitches. Swing and miss. Strauss way out in front. As we said, our last GWB feature game of the regular season will be on Friday, 7 o'clock, with Triton and Delsey as the Crusaders celebrate their senior night, and that one's going to be in the left field on an overthrow, and that's going to make it 2-0 as a stolen base, moving the runner Saglabemi from second to third, got away, and the Chiefs are out to an early 2-zip lead. And I know Cinnaminson is a strong offense, and they'll be able to claw back a little bit here, but I think, you know, with LC having the year that he's having, I think that maybe he might have not been expecting going into this kind of game with the expectations of facing one of the best Group 1 schools in the state. As that one's going to move Kurtz all the way over to third, so that is the only runner on base right now. Runner on third for Buena with 2 outs. Excuse me, 1 out. The scoreboard's messed me up. As Strauss up here. And here's the pitch. High chopper out towards Horner at third. He picks it up on a bit of a leap, and the throw over is in time. And I guess there were 2 outs because the side is retired. So I guess I was wrong about that all along. We go to the bottom of the second. Buena up to an early 2-zip lead. Bottom of the second inning, Cinnaminson up here as they are trailing by 2. Buena got a run on a sacrifice fly and a bad throw. Ball 1 to Smith as here's the ground ball out towards short, picked up by Carano. Throw over is in time, 1 down. So very quick out there as LC Smith is retired. This is going to bring up Michael Kulik. No, excuse me, that was Brandon Warner. He was at the plate. That was a foul ball down right front. Warner was the last batter of the first inning, but because McDonald was out trying to steal second, he had to bat again, and therefore you had a 6-3 ground out. Here's a fly ball out towards shallow right, and in to make the catch will be Adkins, and there's 2 down very quickly here. Here's Luis Sanchez, the lefty hitting first baseman here for Cinnaminson. Up and away, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Strike 2 rather. 2-2. Sanchez, the number 6 hitter here for Cinnaminson. After him, if the inning continues, will be Kevin Caputo, the left fielder. But it will not, as recording his second strikeout of the afternoon is Wocock. Side retired. We go to the third, 2-0 Buena. Here we go, top of the third inning as Cinnaminson trails 2-0 here. You're watching a Dan Wilkins Broadcasting feature broadcast here at Cinnaminson High School covering the Buena Chiefs and the Pirates. If you have any questions or comments about today's broadcast, drop me a line at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. LC Smith still delivering as here is a line drive to left and it's going to go over the head. Oh my goodness, going to second base and getting in there easily will be Betts. So runner on second for Buena. Was not expecting that. That'll be scored as a single E7 here. Is just a misplayed ball by Caputo. Really can't put that in any other terms. Just misplayed it. Ball bounced higher than he expected and didn't really work out. There's a line drive caught at first by Sanchez. They were going to try to double him up, but they could not. And this one out. Great play down there by Sanchez. This is going to bring up the cleanup man for Buena. As here's Cole Shover. Shover takes a strike, 0-1. Excuse me, this is Brandon Zach Strouds. Excuse me. Runner on second for Buena. One out. There's the ball, 1-1. Oh, called that strike? They did. 0-2. I didn't see the. I didn't see a call there, so. Yeah, well, if he hits it in the play, it's not going to matter. But infield shifting over a little bit. That was called a ball, so I guess 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. I don't know. 1-2 here. To Strauss, and he takes a ball 2-2. Tight zone. That's also nice. Yeah, it's windy.
Some umpires have really loose ends, some have very tight, and then some just have.
Some are all over the place. Yeah, and some are all over the place. Well, did you see the story on ESPN? I don't think it was on ESPN. season.
Yeah, I think
And I don't know if MLB is trying to phase him out or something like that, but
trying to push him down the line.
yeah, something like that. But he's been an umpire in the league for 30 plus years, something like that. Wants to throw down at third base for a wild pitch. That ball actually skipped away from Cinnaminson's catcher more than I expected.
Well, that was a strike.
There's going to be a ball for two. Well, I mean, the thing is, with Adrian Hernandez is that he actually sued Major League Baseball one time for discrimination lawsuit because he wasn't umpiring the World Series, and basically the case didn't proceed. Like, the case was dropped because there was no actual legal founding to it. It was just, it wasn't discrimination. All it was, literally, was you weren't a great umpire, so we didn't put you in the World Series.
It's just like the NFL, they choose the best group.
Yeah, they choose
to the Super Bowl.
even when they do the best group in the Super Bowl, it's still not the best. Strauss is down on strikes. First strikeout for L.C. Smith. Excuse me, second strikeout for L.C. Smith. He had one in the first inning versus Schover. This is going to bring up Vinny Del Ponte, who had a hit by pitch and came around to score in the second. Strike one.
I feel like there's only two sports. Major sports where we have reliable officials, and that's hockey and soccer.
Hockey's got reliable refs,
I
yeah.
never really hear people about soccer or hockey.
I think people in the European leagues complain about soccer refs. But because everybody complains in European soccer. You could get breathed on the wrong way and fall over. Smith is going to pick up the ground ball, on the side is retired. Buena holds him under the third, and we'll go to break. Bottom of the third coming up here from Cinnaminson, 2-0 Chiefs. You're from Cinnaminson. It's Kulik. Excuse me, not Kulik. Number 7 hitter here for Cinnaminson in the bottom of the third. Kevin Caputo, the left fielder. Kulik is his partner down the right field corner, and it's 1-1. Caputo, Noah Harvey, and Jackson Peacock are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up here for Cinnaminson. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2. I did forget to mention that we do have a feature game on Tuesday, May 23rd, but that is not really going to count as a regular season game because it's the day after the first round of playoffs. It'll be the Pennsgrove Red Devils versus the Gloucester Lions. They'll be facing off at Jim Kelly Field in Gloucester to celebrate Gloucester's senior day, 3:45 start time. 1-2 count to Kevin Caputo. That's the 1-2. Is down and away, 2-2. And I don't think I ever mentioned Friday night. I think I always got cut off. Did I?
You did mention Friday.
I did mention Friday night. Triton and Delsey, 7 o'clock start time. Here we go. Pop up. Out towards second base. Calling for it. And making the catch, coming down with it, is going to be Cole Shover. 1 away. So Shover makes the catch, bringing up Noah Harvey, the shortstop. Originally, at the beginning of the year, he was hitting second in the order pretty consistently, right behind the corner. But Eric Teasdale, Cinnaminson's coach, opting to switch it up a little bit in the later half. I mean, we're in the last week of regular season baseball in New Jersey, and the playoffs start May 22nd. Playoffs started way later last year, but then the NJSIAA bunched everything together, and the state finals are on the same time, but playoffs are now just so far stretched out so that it's a ball, 1-1. You really only need 2 starting pitchers here in the playoffs. You have, one guy to pitch the first round, and if it's a high seed versus a low seed, then it's going to be a blowout. Whoa, bad throw at first by Carano. That's going to be an E6. That just missed. I thought that was good. See, I assumed too early. I thought that was going to be a routine play. But... So Carano picks up an error on his card. And so Cinnaminson's going to have a runner on first here with 1 away. As this brings up Jackson Peacock. Grounder back to the mound. Throw to first is going to be in time. And the inning is over. They got him right there, and it's really all they needed. A quick double play. And my goodness. Side retired. We go to the 4th, 2-0, Buena. Here we go. It's time for DWB trivia time in the top of the 4th inning. Today's question is, who is the all-time Phillies home run leader in a single season? The options are, what are the options? Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber,
Jim Thome. So Kyle Schwarber, Jim Thome, Mike Schmidt, or Ryan Howard. The answer will be revealed in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll go back to the main board here as L.C. Smith gets set to work versus Buena in a quick one, 2-0. And a one that'll go out towards the catcher, Peacock. He's going to pick it up, spins, fires, and throw is wide. It goes into right field. And that one's going to get past the right fielder, going to second base and getting in there, standing up, is going to be Saglabemi. So, wow. I mean, Buena and Audubon combined for 9 combined errors in that Diamond Classic game. So, unfortunately, this is on Cinnaminson's end, not Buena's end. And each team, though, has a couple of errors on their side. As this is going to bring up Joey Kurtz. He's going to bunt. Infield is running in on a full sprint, and it's a foul ball. I mean, when you're trying to sacrifice bunt, it's not like you're trying to drag, catch him off guard. It's kind of like they know you're going to bunt, so it's a bit of a different situation. First baseman Sanchez in on the grass. Corner is out just beyond the grass on the edge of the dirt. That's upstairs. 1-1. dirt, and it's going to be going to third, Saglabemi, and it's going to be 3-1. So Kurt's working here, trying to get another run home for Buena as they look to get their 20th win of 2023. How about it? Audubon is currently 15-7, which is more losses than they had last year. They blessed them playoffs at the #1 seed.
What are they sitting at right now?
I think right now they're second in South Jersey Group 1. Buena is #1, and I think Pennsville and Pittman, I think, are right around 3 and 4, so that's where they stand right now. With a 3-1 count, Eric Teasdale coming out to talk to his man, L.C. Smith.
Seniors actually went to college for baseball last year, right?
From Audubon, yes. But
was there any seniors that didn't?
I'm not sure, but we're here to talk about Cinnaminson as they've got a runners on the third base here for Buena as L.C. Smith and Eric Teasdale go their separate ways. He's going to get another shot here as Joey Kurtz with a 3-1 count. Cinnaminson's currently 13-7. They're classified as South Jersey Group 2. Haddonfield, Haddon Heights, West Deptford, all those guys in the Colonial. But the BCSL is a bit of a wild card conference because you have some teams in there like, and then there's some teams that are just not that great. They got them at the plate. I thought they were going to get the easiest out possible, but they're throwing it to the plate and they cut the out. So that's going to be the first out of the third and keeping Buena to a 2-0 lead. So I thought that they were just going to get the easiest out possible, but they got Saglabemi at the plate. How about it? And that's going to bring up Headkins here. Drove in the first run of the game, was a sac fly back in the second. So that on the score is a 4-1 for 2. Here's a floater out towards left and a base hit for Adkins, and he puts that runner in scoring position. Runners on first and second for Buena. And now Brandon Strauss coming up. Ball one to Strauss. Yeah,
it was kind of what the Diamond Classic is like.
So, oh, here we go. Throw down to third base. Horner's going to tell him to hold off as Peacock holds on to the baseball. Runner on third and second. So, what he's referring to, because my buddy Matt, who's our producer today, he played soccer at the Coaches Cup, which is where Shawnee tied with Haddon Township. That, I would say, is kind of like the soccer version of the Diamond Classic because it involves parochial schools, it involves schools that are Group 1 all the way to Group 4. And they tied. Yeah, I mean, that's hard to do. That is very hard to do. And you also have to consider that for something like baseball, by the way, that's a 4-pitch walk to Strauss. The bases are loaded for Buena, bringing up Carano, who is 1 for 2. Yeah, Buena could break this one open here with Carano, but so one thing to note is that I think for baseball, Group 1 versus Group 2 and 4 upsets are a lot more common than in soccer. Soccer is a lot more where if a team is better than another team, unless they are having a terrible day, they're going to win.
Yeah, I feel like, because you could see that like teams like West Deptford soccer.
Yeah, West Deptford. They're built to win, yeah.
They're built for that sport.
Yeah.
Like baseball, it's anybody. I feel like it's anybody's
It's anybody's game, yeah.
Just like basketball. Basketball is like anybody's game.
I mean,
Even football.
if Audubon played Camden High with DJ
Okay,
Wagner,
that's a different story. I'm talking about realistic teams.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying,
Not NBA players.
yeah. Put Ryan Johnston up against DJ Wagner, guard him against Aaron Bradshaw. Hilarious. 2-0 I know Cinnaminson is a women's basketball team. They participated in the Audubon Holiday Tournament.
Yeah, I remember that.
They had this lethal three-point threat with, I believe her name was Brooke Stenner-Lovich and Bella Lorimer. They were just lethal from beyond the arc, and they were hitting, you know, 3 balls left and right. It was almost like the Splash Brothers, except the Splash Sisters. It's a ground ball that's going to go into center field. A base hit. McCloskey boots it, and holding it third is going to be Buna's Adkins. So that's going to bring in a run on the RBI single by Carano. That's his second base hit of the day, and that's going to make it 3-0 Buna.
This game is going to be a
Well, Buna's only had 2 runs in the second inning and scored 1 in the third, so an easy double play ball could get them out of the inning, but it seems like Cinnaminson defense has let them down a couple of errors, and even though McCloskey's play out there isn't technically an error, it still means that you've got a situation where, it's going to hurt your team. If the run scored from third base on that previous play, then that would have been an error against the center fielder. 1-1 count though to Betts, who reached second base on a single E7 his last time.
That was the
Yeah, got to left field and just took a weird bounce. 2-1. Smith trying to deliver here, trying to salvage his ERA for what it's worth. Grand slam here would make it 7-0. But Buena doesn't have a lot of home run hitters on their side. So, of course, the ball was carried yesterday on a lot of West Deptford. 5 home runs, 2 from Scott Lynch, 2 from West Deptford. He had 2, yeah. Yeah, 1 12 to 11. That would be a basis hit. 4-0 Buena. Well, I know Timber Creek and Audubon. Well, yeah, I know Timber Creek and Audubon had 11-10. Well, Eric Tisdale's coming out here. So here we go. Smith is out of the game. This is going to be Broly's pretty pitching change. New pitcher for Cinnaminson. Smith is retired here with 4 runs for Buena, and whoever relieves him will have the bases loaded, 1 out. Broly's pretty pitching change. We'll be right back after this break. pitcher for Cinnaminson as L.C. Smith is retired after 3 1/3 innings on the hill, and a fly ball popped up out towards third, a country mile high, and foul. 0-1 to Cole Shover. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out.
Alright, here's a good one for you. What's the fastest pitching change you ever seen? The
fastest
amount of pitches pitchers ever thrown?
Well, usually the standard is 8, and some pitchers throw a little bit less, some pitchers throw a little bit more. But I mean, usually they're pretty routine, the same amount of time, a couple extra minutes, get them ready, especially if it's unplanned. Ground ball, did he get him at second base? Yes, he did. He dropped the ball, but then I think he got it before the Buena runner got to the bag. So that's going to plate another run, bringing home Strauss, and it's going to make it 5-0 Chiefs. So runners on the corners for Buena, as now Zach Strauss, who is also 0 for 2, will get his third chance at the dish. That one is snagged at third by Ryan Horner. I looked up from my scorebook, and he had the ball in his glove. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Buena puts up 3 more. It's 5-0 Chiefs. Bottom of the 4th inning as Cinnaminson trails 5-0. Here's a ground ball to Carano. Throw to first. Is in time. And retired is going to be Horner here as it's time for DWB trivia time. Today's question is, who holds the record for the most runs in a single season by a Philadelphia Philly? Is it Kyle Schwarber, Jim Thome, Mike Schmidt, or Ryan Howard? Yes. And that should give you a quick clue, as the correct answer is Ryan Howard. We'll reveal that as he had 58 home runs in 2006, his MVP season. As we'll go back to the main board here. 1-0. Whoa, that one almost got a piece up. Ground ball, third base side. Carano couldn't get there, took a bad hop. Weird bounce. And that's going to put a runner on first here for Cinnaminson. Here's the first pitch fly ball, right? Taken in by Adkins, and there's quickly 2 down. Yeah, it should stay. Excuse me, my word. pitch. 0-1 is fouled. Field going back, and it is caught in left. Great play out there in left by Stroud. So we go to the fifth, 5-0. Buena. Top of the fifth inning, Buena leads the Cinnaminson Pirates 5-0. As back out there for another inning of work after getting out of the fourth inning is going to be Allison Droney. Pitches the ball to Sprouts. Excuse me, that's number 16. That's Vinny Del Ponte. There's a strike. 1-1. 2-1. Excuse me. All over the place today. Sorry, folks. We've had a complicated broadcast, to say the least. 3-1. Never that great when the wind comes around. It is what it is, though. There's a strike. 3-2. Upstairs and away as Del Ponte gets a free pass down to first. As Sacramento is batting here for Buena. Here's a line drive out to left, going back and making the catch. There's one away. So Caputo will be out there. This is going to bring up Joey Kurtz. Kurtz has reached base both times so far and hit by pitch in his first at bat. And at a 4-1 fielder's choice, got that out at the plate for Cinnaminson, but did reach first and eventually came around the score. But that was a couple batters later. 1-0 to Kurtz, the number 7 hitter here for Buena, 5th-year COVID role player. Throw over to first again. Nothing going on. Here's a fly ball, lofted out towards shallow right, and making the catch will be McDonald, 2 down. I think there was a track meet or something going on. There were a whole bunch of schools that showed up. Gateway, Kingsway, Borden showing up here. I was a little surprised, but I would have to imagine with all of those cars that are just now leaving, probably something just wrapped up. For Adkins. Runner on first for Buena. They lead by 5 here in the top of the 5th. Scored 2 in the second, 3 in the 4th. So for that DWB trivia time, actually, I took the top 4 leaders of Phillies to hit the most home runs in a single season. Schwarber led the National League last year with 46. Tomei had 49, I want to say back in like 2003, something like that. And then Mike Schmidt had 48 in 1980. And then Ryan Howard had 56 in 2006. It was actually 58 home runs because he hit 2 on the last day of the regular season. Here's a fly ball, right center field, and it'll be caught out there in center by McCloskey to retire the side. Buena gets a runner on, but nothing more. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 5-0 Chiefs over the Pirates. Bottom of the 5th inning. Cinnaminson haven't really had a whole lot of offense, and well, that was a out. Line drive. I couldn't even react to get to the camera in time. Wow, that was, holy goodness, that was crazy. There's one away as Kurtz gets one on a line. Couldn't have timed that one any better. Sanchez, he takes the ball 1-0. Outfield shifting a little bit over. That's very nice. 1-1. Sanchez wants to lock in. Down. Boca is 2-1. Inside corner, strike 3. Sanchez down on strikes. And there's 2-0. Here's a line drive into right field, a base hit on the first pitch. Fielded by Adkins. And a single by Noah Harvey. Or rather, excuse me, like Caputo. This will bring up Noah Harvey, the shortstop. Excuse me, he's 0 for 1. Harvey has this year for the second time this afternoon. Buena leads solidly over Cinnaminson. That's going to be a hit by pitch. Harvey got plunked and second for the Pirates. This will bring up the catcher, Jackson Peacock. And Horner will be back on deck here at the top of the order. Runners on first and second for the Pirates. After a single by pitch. Two-out rally here by Cinnaminson, trying to break the offer. There's a foul ball right field side towards the little kid out there, and the little kid, the ball went right through his legs. Kid tried to pick it up and just didn't go his way. 0-1 to Peacock. Here's a ground ball hit sharply out towards second base, and they'll throw to Carano at short to retire the side. Cinnaminson leaves 2 runners on. We go to the 6th, 5-0 Buena. Buena leads solidly in this one, 5-0 over the Cinnaminson Pirates. It's here in a DWB feature game between, oh boy, the Buena Chiefs and the Cinnaminson Pirates. Last week of regular season baseball in New Jersey. Seeding will be on Thursday for the playoffs on the 18th, so any game after that really doesn't matter, but that one is outside. 1-0. Audubon right now is Group 1 South Jersey in the 2nd seed, and right ahead of them is Buena, so that does help a little bit to, I mean, considering Audubon was the #1 seed last year and got knocked out in the 2nd round, kind of helps their alibi a little bit. Horner just couldn't get to that one. 1-2. Right up on that hill there down the third base line. I don't know if that's even technically in play, but I guess anything is in play if you want it to be. You know, I guess. I don't know. 3-2, full count here. And here's a fly ball smacked into center and going over to make the play. McCluskey is there, 1 down.
Right outfielder loses his hat.
Kind of like a Zach Beebe kind of thing. He always loses his hat while he's pitching. I know when I did a I'm sorry, no, Zach Beebe. Sorry, no, not Quadros. I know that when we did a game in Atlantic City with BFA Sports for Coaches versus Cancer, and it was Highland and Mainland, and there was this pitcher, Luis Rodriguez Celis, for Highland, and every pitch he threw, he had this like 1970s afro, and he would always, when he threw the ball, would always have the hat throw off. He had to pick it up after like 90% of his pitches. Here's a ground ball, booted in the left field. Caputo's going to pick that one up, and it's going to be a base hit. I don't know whether he's going to score that knee 6 or not, but close call there. It's a base hit there by Buena. Puts the runner on first with 1 down. As Riley Betts hitting now. 3rd time Toronto has reached base, 2 singles. Toronto going to second base, throw down, a diving stop by McDonald to save that ball from going into center field. A stolen base, but it could have been much worse. Much worse. There we go. Oh my goodness. I used to have a list because the younger kid, he's dying laughing over here. It's 2-0. Could have been much worse. There we go. Yeah, when I was like 12 or 13, I definitely had a lisp of some sort, but I think I've mostly gotten over it now as I've developed and everything like that. 3-0. Carano's moving over to 3rd. And a 3-0 count very quickly here to Riley Betts. Line drive in the left, a base hit. Caputo will field it cleanly this time, and an RBI single. Riley Betts makes it 6-0 Buena. The RBI single crossed home Carano from 3rd, and that's going to be what makes it a 6-0. Here is Shover. Throw to 3rd, or 1st rather. Downstairs, 1-0.
Pitchers, like, you know how a lot of pitchers about raise their leg all the way?
Yeah.
It's just really fast.
I did notice that a little bit. Allison Droney, he was saying that, Matt was saying that he raises his leg really fast. I mean, it's also kind of a stretch a little bit, you know.
Like,
I mean, some pitchers just work fast.
I'm not sure who it is from the MLB. I think he plays for the Guardians. The guy that, like, takes, like, 5 seconds to do his windup.
Mike Clevenger? He's
like,
constantly moving. Throw down to second base, not at time. Betts gets in.
That's safe from all the way out here.
Well, with the umpire being on second base, not too hard, but a 3-0 count to Shover, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a pop out, and a line out. No, the thing is, I mean, you've got a runner on base. You need to work faster in case they're going to steal the bag, so that's exactly what he's doing. But yeah, he just works really fast. There's a strike, 3-1. After this will be Strauss. So a 5-pitch walk to Sjogren. Brings up Strauss. And Eric Teasdale's going to come out here. We could have another pitching change, but I didn't see anybody getting warm in the Cinnaminson bullpen. And I think they're just going to talk it over here on the first meeting.
Stand that's getting torn down.
Union Field, yes.
He didn't know until you said it that they were redoing it, so he was like, oh wow, I used to be so nice, and they just like totally ruined it. He was like talking, and he heard you say, and he was like, okay, good,
at least he listened. Allison Droney getting to work here versus Buena in the top of the 6th. Runners on first and second for the Chiefs. As Zach Strauss batting for the 4th time here in the top of the 6th. Games left in the regular season for us here at DWB. We've got Triton and Delsea on Friday at 7 o'clock, and then Pennsgrove and Gloucester City, 3:45 next Tuesday on the 23rd. 2-0. If Buena hangs on to win this game, then they would win their 20th game of the season. They're the only team in South Jersey that I know that both reached 20 wins. They'd be 20-2 with their sole losses to Cherry Hill West and Absegami. What's that? Well, St. Augustine went 27-2 last year. Here's a ground ball out to short, picked up for a second for one on the first, and a 6-4-3 double play gets Cinnaminson out of the jam. But Buena plates another run. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 6-0 Chiefs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Moving quickly here in Cinnaminson.
You're at an hour and 27 minutes on the line.
Holy cow. Hour and 27 and we're almost done.
And that's not accounting for when we started. We started an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Because we started at like around 4:20, 4:22. Yeah, if we started at 4:22, then that means that we've been live for an hour and 26 minutes. Yeah. Because we started the stream just before Cinnaminson hit the field, so. That's upstairs, 1-on-1. Corner. Seasonal allergies getting the best of me. There's a ground ball by Horner. Toronto. One down. Go one. Excuse me. Go one. Whoever thought it would be a great idea to put a baseball broadcaster outside in May?
It's better than having to put you up in that little tiny booth yesterday.
Yeah, that booth was tiny yesterday. So. To McDonald's wings. And Wocock gets the second out. He started walking around to go back to the ball. It's 2 outs. Here's McCloskey. Broadcast we had this year was Holy Crossbar. It was an hour and 47. I very well could. These are both teams that work really fast though, so it helps. There's just some teams that don't work that fast. Like that Overbrook Woodstown game, we go 3 hours and 8 minutes for a full 7-inning game. Well, we had our longest broadcast of the year last night at 3 hours and 2 minutes. The shortest broadcast of the year. Back-to-back days, polar opposites. Funny. 2-1. Fouled back to the screen by McCloskey. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Buena trying to work another scoreless inning. That is a foul ball, 2-2. No, Buena. It's Buena. Tomato. No, Austin Wilcock's been out there for the longest time since the start of the game. He's got himself 4 strikeouts this afternoon. And there's a bullet in the center field, a base hit. Falling in front of Saglabemi, and Cinnaminson, got some late life. 2 outs and a runner on for Brandon Warner. Excuse me, Wocock's got not 4 strikeouts. Cinnaminson as a team has 4 strikeouts for... No, they did change pitchers. I just noticed the jersey number. Why am I... Not having a good day, folks. Not having a good broadcast. My apologies to everyone. Just a bit out of it, but... With a fly ball, center field, hit deep.
Good catcher.
And making the play as Saglabemi's side retired. So, getting out of the inning is not Austin Wocock. It is indeed number 15, Zach Strauss. I thought that they had changed pitchers because I saw a different left fielder, so my apologies. One more inning to play. We go to the 7th, 6-0 Buena.
Scoreboard back before I called you back. You could have worked picked up.
Top of the 7th inning, one more to play as Buena has blanked Cinnaminson here 6-0. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, moving quickly here from the home of the Pirates. As the first batter for for Buena is going to launch one down the left field line, but foul. Yes, we got a new dent from the DWB mobile. Tyler Wiltsey hit a foul ball and it unfortunately had a loud clang. But yeah. First batter for Buena here in the top of 7th is going to be Aiden Corrado. There's a ball, 2-1. Strike 2. Popped up. Third base side, going over his corner. He makes the catch. One down. Inside to Saglabemi. There's a strike, 1-1. 1-2. A swing and a miss. Making quick work of Buena here in the top of the 7th. That's another strikeout by Allison Droney. His third here in relief. Just 2 down for Kurtz. Kurtz is reached base twice with a hit by pitch and a fielder's choice. As the sun is starting to come out. I don't know. I mean, we'll save that.
Great song.
It's
definitely matched what you were talking about.
I mean, not many people from this game are watching. Yeah. Here we go, 2-2. Allison Droney working fast and a fly ball out to right field and going over to make the play is Cinnaminson's right fielder, Mr. Kulik, on the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th, crunch time here at Cinnaminson. They're going to have 3 outs left before we get out of here. 6-0. Zach Stroud is looking for his second inning of relief and what could be the final 3 batters if Cinnaminson doesn't cough up a couple runs here. Is first batter for the Pirates, excuse me, is going to foul this one back as Jackson Peacock steps in. No, excuse me, that's not Peacock. It's a fly ball out to right, not really going to matter. Picked up by Adkins. There's one away. Looking at the jersey number now, that was number 12. It's Kulik. So now here is Luis Sanchez. Here's a pop-up out towards short. Carano is going to make the catch. A bit of a collision there at third, but 2 down. And how long has the broadcast been?
40 minutes.
Wow, we could very well have the shortest broadcast of the year.
The shortest broadcast of all time.
There was a coach that was talking to me for Buena, and he said to me jokingly, and maybe he wasn't joking, but what he told me was that don't be surprised if this game is an hour 45 minutes. And we're almost done. Here's a ground ball to Carano. This could do it. Throw to first is not in time. He's safe at first. And it's gone. And that's going to be an infield single. Yeah, great play by Carano. There's Noah Harvey. Harvey takes a first pitch ball. I don't know. There's a strike, 1-1. Throw over, nothing going on. Up high, 2-1. They always say the last out is the hardest one to get. And that's a perfect example of that right here. Really a tough spot. Swing and a miss. Cinnaminson down to their last strike, 2-2. A quick one here in Buena. Zach Strauss looking for the last out of the game. Cinnaminson's had a handful of hits, but has really failed to struggle a lot together. Buena would improve to 20-2. Cinnaminson would fall to 13-8 in their 2023 campaign. Strauss is set, kicks and deals. Outside, 3-2, and we stay alive for another pitch. If Harvey keeps this game going, Jackson Peacock will be up next. Throw to first, gets away, and it's going to be out of play. So that's going to be a free base, went all the way up on the hill, and the Buena first baseman, Kurtz, he's got to drag that one out of the bushes. And that should be a two-base error, but I guess that's only a one-base error? I don't know. Eric Teasdale coming out to talk to his man. I think he might have been a little bit shaken up on that play. Maybe he got the wind knocked out of him or something on something, but I think the throw might have hit him. I'm not sure. Regardless, fly ball, right field. Adkins going over towards the line. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Buena Chiefs have collected their 20th win of the 2023 season as they continue to be one of the most dominant teams in all of South Jersey. They blank Cinnaminson here this afternoon, 6-0, as they had scored steadily, but not enough for a complete blowout. Just enough for a dominant performance. 5 innings on the hill from Austin Wocock. And our player of the game is, in fact, going to be Austin Wocock, the Buena right-hander who had himself one heck of a day. Half-dozen strikeouts and no runs and just a couple of hits for Cinnaminson this afternoon as they shut him out 6-0. From everybody here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, with our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel and Caleb Lane, my producer, Matt Wagner, and myself, Dan Wilkins. We'll see you tomorrow at 3:45 with Audubon and Haddon Heights celebrating their senior day at home